This is a public service announcement from Captain Obvious. You are not responsible for making sure everybody else is good. You are not responsible for making sure that somebody else does not mess up their life. And if somebody you care about is in the process of destroying their life and you've given the advice, the perspective, or the help that you chose to give and it's still not going right, it might be a sign that they do not need your interaction with this involvement. It might be a sign for you to step back. And when you step back, you have to give yourself the grace to understand that what they are going through is not your problem. It genuinely is not. My mother is tripping right now off of some family stuff, right? And for what it's worth, this is a situation that everybody saw coming, that could have been avoided, but was not avoided. And there was willful ignorance and weaponized incompetence used to address the situation when confronted. Instead of taking things head on and becoming responsible, a lot of escapism occurred, a lot of passing the buck occurred, a lot of deflection occurred. And at the end of the day, the parties involved may have been able to slide and live and be successful in that situation. But now that that is coming to an end, my mother has been overthinking her place and our role in how this is going to go down. Of course, somebody may come to us and ask us for assistance, but given the history of the situation, that assistance is no longer available because what was given was already given and what was observed was already observed, right? You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, it's just the idea that there will be a continued attempt to acquire help. That's what keeps my mother's anxieties and thoughts going. And for over 30 minutes, the conversation just kept going back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. And it was going in circles because nothing satisfied her anxiety and attachment and her knowledge, her just knowing that this situation was going to come to our doorstep. There are so many things going on in the world today, and that situation is like not even on my top 100. But it was brought to my attention in a way that took away from my plans for the day. Because instead of having a productive and quick conversation, we were going in circles. And it just kind of took a little bit of the creativity out of the day. But I'm transmuting that by discussing this with you and reminding you that this is just another example of how being worried about somebody else's stuff can really throw you off your game. I was in my creative bag this morning. I was ready to just go with the flow and chill. I didn't get any chill this morning. None at all. In fact, I'm on the way to an appointment now, and I feel that familiar discomfort I feel when, my jaw starts to tense up because I'm trying to chill and life won't let me. Regardless, I want to use this as an opportunity to remind myself and you that, again, we cannot control what people do. We can offer help. We can love them. We can pray for them. We can even do spells on their behalf. But there are limitless possibilities in this universe, and the possibilities that are available to you tend to try to follow the neural pathways that your frequency is used to. So you have to change your frequency by changing your thoughts and changing your realm of possibilities to believe that God has no limits. In fact, in Psalm 78, people learn quite clearly how angry God gets when you treat him as if he has limits, because he is limitless. Whatever the problem is, you might not know the answer, but that's because you're limited. You have limitless potential, but you are a limited human being or entity having a human experience. Therefore, your panoramic view is not as wide as the Most High's or as your higher selves. So if you don't even know what's going on with you at the you level, don't even sit around here speculating and ruminating on what the next person has going on, even if they're trying to bring it to your doorstep. Because at the end of the day, if they're doing what they're supposed to be doing for themselves, they're in the process of learning a lesson or acquiring a blessing. But if they want to become the lesson, you cannot stop that no matter what you do for them. Again, I've said this before, I have done spells for people only to delay the inevitable. A person has to bring themselves to the water and drink from the cup, instead of being forced to drink from the cup. You can't make anybody do anything. But again, once you realize that you can't make this person change and they're willing to go down in the flames, you got to remove yourself from the situation, fall back, detach from it, and go about your business, because you can't be present and available to catch them when they fall. And this isn't you being malicious. This is you being practical at this point. It's 2025. We do not have time to devote ourselves to saving people from their own bull anymore. The chicanery has to stop. Have a nice day.